Hey guys and girls, welcome to Sin's Gaming Channel. And today, after my, let's say, stressful last couple days playing through this campaign, I'm going to get some testing done. Because there's a lot of questions about which one is better in terms of lines, having short lines, long lines, or whatever. I'm gonna try out. So here we're gonna set up passenger lines from A to B, and then to C, and then to B back. One line. And here we're gonna have two lines. 1 to 1 and 1 to 1. With 4 trains here and 2 trains here. You see how this impacts. I think they're all more or less the same size. You can see, so that's fine. They're at the same distance. So this should be a good test. I'm gonna try to connect where there's the most people, of course. See how this works out. Can do. You know what? I will do with buses, so we have equal playing field. Meaning, I'm gonna connect this. Let's have 2, just in case. Just go straight through here. And here. That's the biggest joke. These achievements cannot be earned during the campaign. You do not get achievements for passenger trains and whatever, the first train arrived, blah blah blah. Nothing. Joke. Because I built a couple. I can connect this to here. Oh. Should be enough. Oh, yeah. What the? Just gonna build this and then skip ahead. So here we go. Now it's all or nothing. Now I have to launch it. I have so of these 3 cities. Just to resume here. To resume now. To recapitalize. Whatever. 3 cities. Behind one about another. One line goes A, B, C, D. Or A, B, C, B, A, C. Back and forth, right? The second one is from A to B, from B to C. So I'm back. So, here 2 trains for entire thing, and here 1 train each line. I put the trains here on it. Game is still paused, of course. There we go. Both trains start at the same point. Every city has the same amount of buses. More or less the same, 100% coverage, more or less, I guess. So, it's as good as it gets, I guess. It's all flat. The distance between the cities are more or less the same. Of course, it's a small difference here and there, but that's taken into account. We're not gonna make a comparison. If one makes $5 and the other $6, then it's probably just irregular. But if one makes a lot more money than the other, or a lot of more people uses the train, then we have some. We really want to see a difference. If it's close enough, then probably it won't matter in a normal game. That's what we find out. So we're gonna start a game. Let's see now. Yeah, nice. Again, I have played only the campaign so far in the retail. That's why there will probably a lot of achievements pop up. Because in the campaign apparently don't get any achievements. Which is weird. Because this is literally a map that I make myself. And I can get achievements, but I cannot get achievements in the campaign, which is locked. You cannot mod it, you cannot do anything. You have the trains coming into it. Let's see our boss lines, how they're doing. I think they make all some money. The line 8 has no passengers. Oh, now it doesn't. Let's see how much we have waiting here. We have 25 people waiting here. And again, 25 people here. But it looks like more or less the same so far. Let's see here, the train. This one has 11 people. 15 people. 11 people. 30 people. I think so. For now it seems like it's the same. But of course you have to keep it running a little bit. Hopefully I will not go bankrupt too soon. Yeah, this has a little advantage here because just that little bit closer. So it will eventually make a difference, but we'll try to keep that in mind. We have 19 people here, 36 people over here. But again, you have to keep in mind that this train here, it not only brings the people to here, but also to here. So it's quite possible that from here to here and from here to here, it's the same amount of people. If there's 17 more people join the train. No matter how many get off, 17 more get on. We'll see. And it's really a bit... I just hope it doesn't make a big difference in the end result. See, now it starts making money. Probably. This one as well. So all my bus lines make money. Let's just keep the trains. So for now, the only one that makes actually money, light positive, is the green one. But only slight. Well, let's see. You have to keep in mind that we have to line 1 equals line 2 and 3 together. So the difference is, for now, I think it's negligible. Still, it's a little different. Maybe it's almost double the difference in balance for now. But the numbers are so small that probably not a good sample size. Have to keep it running for a little bit and then see how it progresses. So that's... I have too many people. As you can see now, line number 1 has just pulled ahead by almost double. Oh my, over the double. My god. That was quite a punch. This does not look good for the A to B and B to C. I've kinda, if you watched my last episode of the China, the episode Mission 18, I did there try to make short lines, and it didn't really work out. Before that, I had a try where I had a long line, and that was a lot better. But again, we have to see how this works out over time. It's still very quite early now, it's equal. But really, it really matters how much money the trains make. Over time. Because right now it's at the end of go, it's 2 and 3 getting ahead. Now it's line number 1 ahead again. The problem is that they're totally out of sync now, so it's not easy to see exactly the... But still, for now it seems to favor the long line. But again, right now the difference is basically nothing. But I guess the next question would be, if I added trains, if that really makes a difference. Because I can see right now that a lot of people are waiting in the cities, at bus stations and at train stations. So if I added vehicles, buses and trains, how many I can add on each line before it's saturated, and then see what the difference is. So that's gonna be the next goal. Right now I'm just gonna let them run and make some profit, hopefully. Oh my god, look at this now. I have full trains in all directions. And yeah, we really start to make money, I think. So if nothing else, it shows how you can start a game with this is the allowed money you get from the game at medium. You can build 6 stations, 4 trains, and make money eventually. That looks very nice. Let's see how the cities look. Yeah, let's see if the growth of the cities has changed anything. They do all grow a little bit. More or less, yes. Okay. See here. Some people waiting. Some people waiting. So what I'm gonna make is I'm gonna pause the game here. I'm gonna add 2 vehicles to each city. 2 buses or horse stagecoach. That should flow a little bit better. There you go. Let me see how much cost one of these. 141,000. I need 4 more, 4 times 400. 400, 460, 560, 570k. Then I can buy another one. Or 1.14 million to buy 2 each. Let's see what I said. Probably gonna pay back the loan first, so I get eaten less each month. Anyway, So I'm gonna let it run now for a little bit. I'm gonna do some stuff off screen. Yeah, you just can skip ahead and yeah, talk a bit, see how this plays out in a little bit. Have fun. So, let's see where we are. We quite clearly make a lot of money. I'm sorry the game keeps closing down to the desktop. I don't know why. Probably a bug. Hopefully gets addressed sometime. Now let's see how does it look. Yeah, line 1, here we go. 2 and 3. Quite honestly, I don't see a difference. So let's do something. Vehicle manager. All into the depot. Okay. Yeah, no, you should go in the other direction. There you go. Closing the depot here. Okay. I'm gonna manage the vehicles. Meaning we're gonna add 2 more like this. Cannot mass modify. There you go. Train 1. Train 1. Goes to line 3. 1 goes to... One goes to 2, and then this one here goes to line 1. All right. Pay back some the money. Now let's see if we see a difference once we add train. Once we add wagons, passenger wagons. See if that makes a difference. The rate and the whatever. Right now the line 3 and 2 have a better rate than the line 1. Now it's not cumulative of course, but the average of both. If you take both numbers, then you have 109 divided by 2, you have 4 to 55 frequency, while line 1 is 50. But again, that it's quite possible that this is just because of the small difference here. That's possible. But it's actually here as well, so yeah. Looks like I didn't do this very well. Yeah, I'm gonna think that the frequency is quite purely because of the difference in the length. So yeah. And here we have more tin area spread ready. Gonna come to them in another video. Let's see the balance sheets of this tree. Wait, 3, 2, and 1. What are the finances? Okay. So here we say the time scale over of the last 12 years. That's pretty much at the beginning. See here we got up to 1.2 million. And here we go about the same, I will say. Honestly, if you look at the first year rate, for example, keep in mind that this is almost the double of this scale here. It's 500k, 200k, so 1 to 2.5. So the first year, 158k. In the first year, 70 and 64. So the red one wins. Second year, 614 against 243, 244. Again, red wins. Third year, 717. That's where this one really picked up. I don't know why. 515 and 3, so it's 850 or something. 850. Here it makes like this. It goes steady up and up. And let's see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th year. 5th year we passed 1.1 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have 445. Well, this tripped down again. I can see this, especially this two here. Line 1 and 3, they're very steadily the same. Except here now at the end, because they didn't come. Again, you have to keep in mind the scale. This is 500k and this is 400 to 500k, so they made about the same money now. The number 2 is, weirdly enough, it's different. It has similarities in the beginning, but then it has some pikes, the spikes that the others don't have. Really weird. Really weird. Now we have one difference here is that the line 1 has maxed out its capacity, while the others do not. Again, it doesn't have to mean much, because they have more places to get out. It's, there we go, it's maxing out as well. Now, of course, that will be the next goal, would be to change to the next train to see how we look with better trains. Even more wagons, because we need. More. So how does the city? Yeah. Maybe I need to add some buses. I have a lot of people here that cannot be taken away, so let's wait for next spike in money. Then I'm gonna add another 2 to the bus line to make them a bit loot. It's 6 times 50. Maybe about 300k. 350k to be sure. There you go. So. Not there. Yeah, how many people getting off the train? So yeah, it does really empty the stations each time, so that's good. See how much would just to see that I have a Borsig. What's the difference? It has more power, slightly more active, but it has the variant code. One has the same capacity, 2 million. For the same capacity. Oh man. There you go, 1.7 million. $1.7 times 4, that makes 42868, 6.8 million. 6.8 million, and my current trains are worth, let's say 500k just to be sure. Times 4 makes 2, it makes 4.8 million. I need 4 million. Do I have 4 million? I have 3.5 million plus cash. That's why you always should repay your loan, because you can always take it back. If you need money, you can always take back the loan, but during the time you don't need it, you don't pay interest. Interest you pay always paying interest forever, as long as you have that loan. If you pay back the loan, you don't pay interest. Even if a year later you need another loan, at least for that year you haven't paid the interest. It's always that. Especially if you're playing high difficulties, that's absolutely vital. Even if it's paying back the loan just to get it back 2 days later, it's always that. It doesn't cost you anything to take the loan on you. You don't get higher interest or have to pay a fee or anything. So always pay back the loan as soon as you can. Well, let's see if this is any conclusive now. And I have to say, no, it isn't. Well, let's put it like this. In my opinion, from what I've seen so far, and I think this is now over 13 years. For 13 years, these trains have gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And quite honestly, the balance sheet shows that it always goes up and down, but if you compare it, it's about the same. I mean, it's literally almost the same here. Good job is argue. Yes, that's 100. Yeah, 100k more here than 100k more here. But that's really at the moment that the train gets into the station. You will see a hike. You will see going up, spiking, and then the other train goes in the station and spikes again. It's really, it doesn't. It's not a. Let's put it here. Let's see. It's gonna spike. See, now it spikes to 1.3 million. Then the other one gets close again as well, and here as well. No, where's the other one? Now it goes back down again. You see, it's already the time when you have to pay maintenance, and then the time it gets to the station. Those are the two spikes, up and down. And honestly, I really think that obviously there's two finances of the train number 2 and the finance of train number 1. 4 apparently. Okay. But this is the current year. Last year, let's make a quick pause. Last year, okay, because last year it was a full run and it was a good run. So we had, keep that in them, 9.950 and 860. So that makes 17, 18, 1.81. Okay, 1.81. Now let's see this one here and this one here. Last year 565 and 743. Well, to be honest, this case here, this two here, they made about 500k more. But again, that simply can mean, and you look at here, this one had a spike. If that's the difference, yeah, here. This one had a spike. This is the only one who so far has a spike in this year. It's short early year. None of the others had. But that means if you add this to this one here, because it just arrived maybe a day late, then the difference is a lot less. There's still like 200k difference, but that could just be explained by not 500k but 200k. Because it's the only one that has already passed. Here again, the year before apparently was less lucrative. You can see another number we can check. Here's per one way, 160k, 66k, 179. So, let's see what the last year got us. Last year. Nobody has brought anything yet, so okay, that's a good sign. 565. 572. That makes 10, 12. 113. 113. Against 458. So this makes 107. They have a difference of like 5,000 or 50,000, 5,000, 50,000. Yeah. Yeah, 50,000. 1.12 million versus 1.07 million. Something like that. 50,000. So yeah, I think I'm gonna conclude this test here. Just from this setup here, I argue that either is working as long as it's. I think it's more about the distance of the line than about how many lines you have. People don't care if you have one line set up or if you have two lines set up. Of course, each comes with its advantages and disadvantages that you have to keep in mind. For example, the one line is, I don't know, it's probably easier to keep up, but the other line, if once you get bigger, if you have separated lines, then you can probably easier adapt. For example, if there are more people from these two cities that have to travel from A to B than after from the B to C, you can just switch, add or remove a couple of trains. While here you're pretty much stuck with whatever you put. But thing you can also try is to make a little bit of both, or not, maybe better. Maybe use this system here with regional trains, and then add an express line from A to C. So, for example, you make a high-speed track, and then you make using. But you can use waypoints, for example, and add this. Well, maybe not in this 80s. But yeah, it's probably worth a try to see if later on, anyway. But now it's not now at this age. It's not really worth it because the trains are too slow to make really an impact. That's the matter. But yeah, in later game you can probably try to have express lanes that you have to just make sure they can go full speed all the time from the start points to the end points, and leave out the middle ones, so it can go fast for longer. But yeah, if just for the beginning of the game, it doesn't really make a difference if you have A to B to C, B, or A to B and B to C. Like, well, I hope you all learned something. I know it's not 100% proof or whatever, just a concept. And well, if anything else, or if nothing else, it showed you how to. You can start a game with legit. This is a legit game with no mods or anything that would interfere with my money. I only used the money that I had at disposition at the beginning, disposed at the beginning, and yeah, I'm making money. I paid back 4 million already, 5 million of my loan. So yeah, make $1 million over, was 2 million a year. So I think if nothing else, that is shows you how you can start the game. Keep in mind, this is not the best setup because I have double tracks, even though I only have one train. So the maintenance costs. Let me see the maintenance cost actually. See how much that would make a difference if I had not used double tracks. Because you have the tracks here, you have 200k in tracks, so you can literally, you can say that if you only had used one track, not double track, then I had made 100,000 more a year. So keep that in mind as well. Don't build double tracks unless you actually need them. Even if you have two trains on the track, just make it so the trains can avoid each other some given points. like in the middle, make a little outbound or something. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I come back soon with some more videos about Transport Fever too. And yeah, feel free in the comment section to ask me anything, and I try to figure out. I don't know all the stuff, I just figure it out while I do it. This I didn't plan or anything, I just made it because I was curious about how it would work out. I didn't do any tryouts before or anything, I just discovered it with you. So if you want me to try something, feel free to ask me. And also please like, share and subscribe. That would really help me. Thank you everybody, and I see you back next time. Bye.